My arms are too long.
What's that? Oh, I'm sure it's not going to lead to horrors beyond my comprehension.
Oh, we get hungry, don't we?
Oh. Cool. Hello, Internet. I'm Ren, and today I want to take a look at the second of the Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials, Wild Blue Yonder. A terrifying hour of sci-fi that absolutely blew me away. The atmosphere, the special effects, and the incredible performances by Catherine Tate and David Tennant really made this episode work and brought it to a whole new level. And I'm so excited to talk about it. Although I enjoyed the first special, I found the main storyline with the Meep to be pretty underwhelming. So my expectations were fairly low for the second installment, and I had no idea what to expect from the preview. What I definitely didn't anticipate was one of the best episodes of Doctor Who I've seen in years. One of the things I and many other fans love most about Doctor Who is how whimsical it is, but the whimsy is often contrasted with dark horror themes. Horror elements feature heavily in some of Doctor Who's most unforgettable and beloved episodes, such as Blink, which featured the first and best appearance of the Weeping Angels, The Empty Child and its disconcerting imagery, The Silence in the Library, which gave me actual nightmares.
Who turned out the lights? Hey, who turned out the lights?
Or Midnight, which included a creepy copying creature.
The square root of pi is 1.72453850905516027298674833411.
Wow. But was ultimately more about the horror of people turning on each other when they're afraid. There are so many other examples. Doctor Who loves to frighten us, but I think Wild Blue Yonder is one of the best of the bunch. So let's get into it. This is your warning that I will be spoiling everything about Wild Blue Yonder. Wild Blue Yonder opens with the TARDIS crashing into Isaac Newton's apple tree in 1666, where Donna and the Doctor can't resist a pun.
But, it's got to be said, Mr. Isaac Newton, that you can appreciate the gravity of the situation.
Before whizzing off again. Although they unknowingly influence Newton, who totally misremembers the word.
What was that delightful word? Shavity, habity.
And lands on
Mavity.
To describe the new concept he's just discovered. He looks so pleased with himself too. It's very cute and ripples out through the rest of the episode.
You could be inside a dust cloud or a mavity well or...
The TARDIS lands again before kicking the Doctor and Donna out and slamming the doors behind them. The Doctor isn't pleased.
Is it bad?
Oh, it was brand new.
Sorry.
And I guess we're still pretending Donna spilled her coffee accidentally, but he rallies and is back to his somewhat optimistic self and gets the TARDIS to work rebuilding.
There you go. Mending, a bit of time.
Donna wants to stick close to the TARDIS while they wait.
We can take it up.
Or we could stay here, wait for the TARDIS to mend itself so I can get back home.
But the Doctor convinces her to go on a stroll and look around. They discover they're aboard an enormous but seemingly empty spaceship. Donna's relieved they have light, air, and
Mavity.
Yeah?
As they stroll, we also get this little throwaway line.
Was it me or was Isaac Newton hot?
He was, wasn't he? He was so hot. Oh? Is that who I am now?
Which is quite funny and shows us how 10 and 14 are technically distinct, even though they're also the same, like other versions of the Doctor. They hear the TARDIS start TARDISing and run back to it just in time to watch it vanish, stranding them there.
I said, let's stay here, but you had to wander off.
You wandered with me?
Oh, like I could stop you!
You spilled the coffee! No.
And Donna's understandably upset.
Rose is waiting.
I will get you home.
How?
But the Doctor reassures her.
There is one hope.
Because the TARDIS has a defense mechanism that can make it vanish if things get too hostile.
Hostile action displacement system. If the TARDIS is in danger, it goes away. And it only comes back once the danger is gone.
Donna summarizes how scary that actually is quite nicely.
But that means we've landed in the middle of hostile action. There's something on this ship that's so bad the TARDIS ran away.
But she takes it all in stride in the way only Donna Noble can.
We go and kick its ass!
The Doctor and Donna decide to have another little look around, and wonder why the TARDIS played Wild Blue Yonder. Donna reminisces about singing it in choir, and arguing with the choir teacher, Mrs. Bean.
She was very put out, Mrs. Bean.
Mrs. Bean.
Head of the choir.
About it being a war song.
She said it's not a war song. It's jolly. It's That's what she said. It is Johnny.
Mrs. Bean.
Mrs. Bean.
Suddenly, we hear an announcement over an intercom. And the ship does something mysterious, but seemingly harmless with the walls. They find a little vehicle to cruise around in and encounter an ancient-looking robot making slow progress down the hallway.
Is that it?
Donna takes the wheel, and they zoom to the other end of the ship and find the control room. The Doctor gets to work deciphering the controls and figuring out where they are, and they learn 3 crucial things that give us a simple but terrifying premise for the episode. 1, the ship is deserted.
Life signs. None.
2, the airlock opened and closed again 3 years ago.
Someone opened an airlock door 3 years ago. And then it closed.
And 3, they're on the very edge of the universe.
I'm sorry, Donna. The TARDIS was out of control. It's taken us to the edge of the universe.
And we get this moment where they're just staring into the nothingness beyond the ship's walls. The Doctor then puts into perspective just how far away from home they are.
If we flew in that direction, it would take 100 trillion years to reach your house.
As if it weren't unsettling enough already. Like, we know it's all going to work out, more or less, but in the moment, that doesn't make it any less scary. They hear a loud clang, and go to investigate, and there's another one-word announcement,
Carless.
and the robot takes another step. They get to work trying to repair the ship.
Oh, is that stuff dangerous?
No. I don't think so.
And the Doctor messes with poor Donna a little bit.
No.
He then tasks her with moving some filaments around and goes to adjust something else in another room, despite Donna's protests that they should stick together.
Don't leave me on my own. Hostile action, remember?
She's clearly seen enough Scooby-Doo episodes to know we should split up is a bad idea.
Well, I guess we better split up and look around.
But the Doctor assures her they're alone on the ship,
Donna, there is no one else on board this ship.
and so they both get to work. The Doctor quickly comes back into the room, and Donna does some melancholy musing about what'll happen to her family if she never comes home,
I wonder how long they'll wait. Rose and Sean and my mother.
and he lets her.
Rose will grow up. She'll have a life. She might go back to that alley once a year for old time's sake, but she'll move on.
And it's sweet.
Not Sean, though. He'll keep going back every single day. I hope you get to know him.
I hope so too.
At first, until we cut back to the Doctor, hard at work on the little water tubies in the other room. When Donna comes in,
You were fast. I did what you said.
we get another seemingly sweet, but now spine-tingling moment with Donna and the not Doctor.
And Wilf, your grandfather, what would he do?
Oh, him. He would install himself with a sleeping bag and a thermos, and he would sit there forever.
And we cut back to not Donna and the Doctor as he speculates about where the TARDIS goes when it runs off.
Funny, because I wonder where the TARDIS goes at random. Maybe it lands on some outcrop by the sea.
There's a tribe and they worship it for 100 years.
Side note, I wonder if we're going to see something resembling what he's describing here in the 3rd special or beyond, since we see other things he invoked on the edge of the universe seem to have consequences. The not Donna asks him about his home.
Do you miss home? Gallifrey?
I mean, yes, but that got complicated.
Meanwhile, Donna and the not Doctor also keep chatting away.
Do they have food?
My arms are too long.
Then things with the not Donna take an upsetting turn.
It's rectangles. Did you move all of them up?
My arms are too long.
And what follows is some of the best body horror and most unsettling, uncanny valley nightmare fuel in any Doctor Who episode.
Look. Are you Donna?
It's so weird and scary, it even puts a lot of horror movies to shame, like a horrifying funhouse mirror come to life. The Doctor runs off to find actual Donna. Donna! Donna! Are you there? And when she hears him shouting for her, she realizes she hasn't been chatting with her old pal after all. And we get this absolute horror show as the not Doctor and not Donna continue their approach. The use of forced perspective and practical effects here lends these creatures a sense of bizarrely realistic unreality that is upsetting to look at. The doctor tries to reason with them, but they're not in a reasoning mood.
If you can just get those bodies to calm down, we can talk. That'll be nice, don't you think?
And the not things get creepier.
They're looking at us like food.
Food is interesting, because once I sort out the arms, then I have a problem with the jaw.
And creepier.
How many knees?
2.
2 in total? Or 2 on each leg?
The sound design here is so visceral too, it makes my skin crawl.
We came from the nothing.
We are not things.
But you are not nothing.
The doctor and Donna make a run for it in their little cart.
Oh, I think you'll find we're quite something.
And the not things pursue. It gets very hokey here, and it's almost a relief in between the much scarier moments. While they're all tangled up, Donna and the doctor try to piece together what's going on.
No control of shape. No concept of shape or size.
Because you only get a certain amount of mass, don't you? Sean used to complain about that watching Venom films. He said, where's the extra mass come from?
It got colder.
I really like how this episode explores the idea of mass and matter as a foreign concept to these creatures. It's a lot of fun and makes them feel all the more creepy and alien.
Oh, I see. And something is gone and keeps existing.
Donna wants to know why the things seem to hate them.
Okay, so they're copies with memories and mass, but what I don't get is why do they hate us?
A very good question, really. But they continue fleeing and get separated, leading to some tense moments wandering through the ship where we try to figure out who's who as the creatures bump into each other. These scenes are very good.
Look, I'm me. I swear I'm really, really me.
Well, so am I. That's not going to work.
Because they really have us going for a moment.
I've had 15 years without you, and I saw everything that's happened to you since, and oh my god, it hurt.
I have to praise Tennant and Tate's acting again in this episode because, wow, the way they both can just turn their characters inside out on a dime like this is incredible. The moments where each of them discover they're talking with one of the not things are killer.
What?
Your tie, where's it gone?
I took it off.
Oh no. It was there, on the floor. So where is it?
Oh, I see. When something is gone, it keeps existing.
This one in particular is also just a bit of an emotional gut punch.
All those years, I missed you.
I just couldn't keep it together. You are so amazing.
And the fact that the not Donna could fool the doctor that well makes the threat seem so much more frightening. After some more dashing around, and a small freak out where the doctor is clearly feeling a lot of feelings, all 4 of them run into each other again. And we wonder which is which.
Well, you should have been faster, because that's me, isn't it? Fast. Am I fast? Do I talk fast? Yes. But you're a copy of me. You're only fast because I am.
But the real doctor susses out the real Donna.
Donna does not think she's stupid.
Oh, I do.
No, Donna thinks she's stupid, and sometimes she thinks she's brilliant.
Rainbow.
Go.
Thank God.
And the not things drop the act and start menacing again. The doctor uses some trickery to stall them.
You can't cross salt. In our universe, it is said that vampires, demons, and ghosts cannot cross a line of salt until they've counted every single grain.
And this line made me giggle.
Come on. Stop copying and make your own minds up. Cross the line.
I do love that he had salt in his seemingly bottomless pockets to begin with, though. The doctor also tries to negotiate with the creatures.
What do you want?
You just wonder why. Why?
And they monologue a bit
We drifted here, in the lack of light, passing no time.
about where they came from.
But we would feel it from so far away. Your noisy, boiling universe.
And what they want.
We want to travel there, to play your vicious games and win.
And the doctor asks why they're so bad.
If you existed here, no shape, no form, no purpose, then what's made you so bad?
And their answer just adds to the creep factor because you almost get the sense that they're bad because they wanna be.
The things we felt, they shaped us, carrying across the dark. We could hear your lives of war, blood and fury and hate.
Since it doesn't really make sense that the bad stuff travels further than the good stuff.
They made us like this.
We are more than that.
Love letters don't travel very far.
Like, what kind of metaphysics is this? They resume their approach and Donna and the doctor make a run for it. When they're trapped again, Donna asks an insightful question.
Yes, but if you just listen to my questions, thank you very much. Why are they making us so scared?
And also maybe makes a reference to Midnight, another classic Who horror episode from her era with the doctor.
If they want to copy us, why don't they just sit in a corner and do it? Or terrorise us?
Which features a copying creature that sits in the corner, imitating people's speech.
That's a very good question.
Yes,
brilliant.
The Doctor works it all out.
Unless that's how it's done.
The things are making them scared, so they'll think faster and can be copied more quickly.
The more scared we are, the more the blood pumps. Hypothalamus, adrenaline. We think faster and faster and faster.
So they try to slow down the duplication process by chilling out.
Donna, stop thinking.
It's easy for me. What about you?
Just calm. Just cool.
Too bad the Doctor doesn't have a joint stuffed in his bottomless pockets. That might help.
How long?
There's a flaw in the plan. How can you not think on a ship full of questions?
It works for a moment,
Why the empty chair?
Why do the walls keep moving?
What are the words in the air?
And why did the airlock open and close 3 years ago?
but when it comes to a mystery, the Doctor can't help himself.
What is making that noise?
And as they figure out that the mysterious clanking they've heard throughout the episode is the former captain of the ship, it all starts to fall into place. We also get this bit.
But why? Did they throw him out? Her out? Them out?
And before I hear any boo-hoo pronouns men in the comments, don't forget this line we heard more than once in Midnight, all the way back in 2008.
Ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon, welcome on board.
This isn't new territory for Doctor Who, but I digress.
Why is the captain outside? Why is she in a spacesuit with no helmet? And why don't you know? The captain did something you don't understand. What?
What did she do? What did the captain do? What did she do?
They start to piece it all together despite themselves.
Wait a minute. If they don't know why the captain's outside, the airlock door 3 years ago, that wasn't them coming in. That was her going out.
And, of course, it finally clicks.
Captain, calm as a Zen master, set something in motion to stop those two. And she took her own life so they could work out what she'd done. But you're working it out now. And so am I.
For both Doctors, giving us a scene that's sinister and funny at the same time.
We don't understand the slow. So the ship is slow, the robot is slow, the words are slow.
And we discover the ship is a very slow bomb.
So the ship is slowly reconfiguring to become a very slow bomb.
The Not Things make a dash for the robot to try and stop the self-destruct sequence.
We're as clever as you now.
The Doctor speeds up the countdown.
I'm sorry, Donna. The countdown needs to speed up.
Instantly heightening the stakes.
That's number 4!
I know!
We're still on board!
I know!
We get a fun chase sequence where the Donnas and the Doctors try to catch each other. Donna punches herself out.
Oh, this is therapeutic.
Great moment. The Doctor almost catches himself, but the Not Doctor starts sprinting on all fours after the robot. As the counter runs out of time, the threat is technically over, I guess. So the TARDIS reappears and the Doctor leaps inside. He skates over to the Donnas and tries to grab the real one. He tests them with a question about why the name Mrs. Bean is funny to decide which is which.
And why is Mrs. Bean funny?
Because it's the name of a vegetable given to a woman. Yes, it is.
And he grabs the wrong one.
Doctor, come back! She's not me! I'm me!
Dude is never gonna live that down. Luckily, he figures it out at the last moment.
Your arms are too long.
Yeets the Not Donna, grabs the correct Donna, and gets on out of there just before she'd have been incinerated. There's this moment where she sort of braces for the end before the TARDIS comes for her that stressed me out, even though I knew she was gonna be okay. And poor Donna is understandably a bit shaken.
And that her wrist had an extra 0.06 millimeters.
But not nearly as angry as I'd expect.
The devil's in the details.
Yeah, isn't it just?
Moving on from grabbing the wrong Donna.
Keep thinking, I wish I hadn't done that thing with the salt.
What, the backup thing?
The Doctor is also kind of nervous about the stuff with the salt.
I invoked a superstition at the edge of the universe, where the walls are thin and all things are possible.
Then there's this little exchange where Donna tries to get him to talk about his feelings.
Come on. Where have you been since I last saw you? What's happened?
I know, the usual.
But the TARDIS arrives back in London.
Ah, there we are, back home.
You timed that to get out of awkward conversation.
And they're greeted by Wilf.
It's Donna! Wilfred Mott.
And yes, I cried.
Oh, now I feel better. Now nothing is wrong. Nothing in the whole wide world.
Although we don't get to bask in the sentimentality for too long.
Yeah, well, I knew it. I never lost faith. I said, he won't let us down. He'll come back and save us.
Because something is terribly, terribly wrong. And I can't wait to see what that is in the next episode. Although admittedly I have no idea how we can expect them to top Wild Blue Yonder because this episode was superb. I'm honestly amazed by how great it was. It had everything: a cool mystery with lots of clues, some terrifying monsters, imaginative practical effects, and wonderful performances that resulted in some of the scariest moments Doctor Who has seen in ages. Who's horror stories have always been some of my favorites, this one included. Sci-fi horror to me is some of the scariest out there because it can offer so many unique opportunities to explore fear, existential dread, and isolation in singularly hostile and mysterious environments, and Wild Blue Yonder does a stunning job maximizing the setting and the scares. It might actually be my favorite Doctor Who episode since Blink. That said, there are still some unanswered questions I'm curious about. How did the creatures get onto the ship if it wasn't the airlock? Did they just drift through the walls since they weren't matter? And if their natural form isn't matter, could they have survived the explosion? Also, it's interesting the creatures weren't more cunning and didn't try to play Donna and the Doctor by acting more earnestly once the Doctor found them out and started trying to negotiate with them. Also, this is a very silly nitpick, but I feel like the horse captain's body should have been mummified rather than skeletonized in the vacuum of space, although I guess we could just chalk it up to the Vashta Narada. I do think Donna should have been angrier that the Doctor grabbed the wrong one and almost let her die. She feels uncharacteristically forgiving and seems to shake it off a bit too quickly. Like, seriously, it's Star Trek levels of not acknowledging the deep emotional trauma of something like this. Hopefully she lets him have it in the next episode, though. But overall, I was pleasantly surprised by how great this episode was. It used such a simple premise to create a really fun and engaging story. The setup and payoff for little things like the countdown and the robot were really well done, and the time spent building up a sense of dread before the reveal of the creatures helped create a really creepy atmosphere that permeated even through the sillier moments. I'm also amazed at the practical effects in this episode. Even some of the stuff I assumed had to be CGI due to the logistics alone turned out to be practical. Like they actually made a pair of giant meaty hands for David Tennant's scary not doctor reveal. It made the wrongness and uncanny valley vibes of the horror so much more intense, to the point where I was shouting nope, nope, nope at the screen during their initial approaches. Tennant and Tate's performances, once again, are absolutely top tier in this episode. They're both fantastic actors, and they really sell the creepy nightmare versions of themselves in a way that makes them feel like distinct and believable characters, and elevates the entire episode. It's also still so much fun seeing them back together in these roles, as well as how the way they play their characters has changed so much in the time between. Of course, we know 14 will be regenerating in the next episode, and I'm interested to see how it all plays out, and I'm so excited for Ncuti Gatwa's turn in the role, but it's been really lovely having this little cameo where we get to see the Doctor and Donna together again. It's also incredibly special that we got to see Wilf again in Bernard Cribbin's final role. I hope we get some more time with him next episode, after they deal with the world allegedly ending. But that's just my opinion. What did you think of Wild Blue Yonder? Did you like it more than The Star Beast? What are your favorite creepy Doctor Who episodes? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos. See you next time. Wiedersehen.